today, and it's gonna be a mukbang. I'm gonna eat and talk while on camera. So I've done this once with Precious. If you haven't seen it, definitely go watch it. It's hilarious. But I'm gonna talk about a couple of things today. So let me pull out this food and let's get started. So yes, I'm at work, but I'm on my lunch break. No one's at the office. It's just me and someone else. I'm mostly doing assistant work, so I'm needed in the office. Y'all are taking up my lunch break, so I'm a little upset about that, but no, it was my fault. We're not recording this on time, but I wanted to get you guys a video out on time. So the food is from The Melt. It's pretty good. I got a steak and cheese sandwich, but I don't get the tomato, the onion, all that stuff on it. No, it's pretty good. And I got some naked fries that go with it, but they're seasoned with like garlic and Parmesan. Pretty good seasoning. So let's get to it. Let me take my first bite. Stuck together. Let me show you the food actually. This is the steak and cheese. I'm not the cutest eater, so please don't mention it. Okay. I already ripped this open to prepare it. I'm gonna get my ketchup because I don't get anything else on it. I love ketchup. I try not to get drinks when I go to these places and just drink water. So today, we're gonna definitely be talking about self-love, but I wanted to just quickly touch on the WAP video that came out recently. Last week. And the song and the video came out at the same time. I was a little nervous because I didn't watch it till it came out at 9 on Thursday, and so I didn't watch it till the next day at maybe like 10. And in between that time, I was hearing people say things about it. I was hearing comments that it wasn't that good, that people weren't liking it. I was trying to steer clear of it and form my own opinion, but you know, people also come to me about these things sometimes, so they're like, how was it? Did you like it? I didn't really like it. And I'm like, y'all, I'm giving it a little time before I listen to it. Mukbangs are really hard to eat and talk. Oh my gosh, how do they do this? Anyway, so the WAP video came out. I first listened to... So anyway, yeah, I was a little scared, you know, hearing other people's opinions. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm not the biggest Cardi fan. But I do enjoy her music, and I love Megan, so I wasn't trying to hate on the song, and I didn't want to come into it with like biased feelings. But the thing is, I love both their music, so it should have been fine, right? And so I came in, watched the video first, loved the video, but I was like, I'm missing something. I'm not getting as much as I thought the song was gonna give. Like, when I first saw the picture of Megan and Cardi with the hair, like Babs type of hair, I was like, okay, this song is gonna be good. You know, the visual is great, so might as well, the song better be good. And I wasn't getting that. It wasn't giving that the first time I listened to it and watched the video. The video was awesome, but when I listened to it, or when I was watching it and listening to it, I wasn't really getting anything from the song, except for Megan's part. I was like, okay, Megan, you came to slay. And then I listened to it with headphones on, and that was a whole different story. And once I listened to it with headphones on, it kind of changed my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, this song is actually really good. So I also heard that the video is not it's not as clean as it could possibly be, but it's cleaner. And so maybe that could have caused jumps in the song or whatever, but the video wasn't. When I watched the video, I wasn't liking it. But listening to my headphones, I was like, okay, we can do this. There's potential. It's a grower. Yeah. Also, excuse my hair. I come to work busted. I don't care. No one's here. So, I like it now. Definitely didn't in the beginning, but I'm here and I'm liking it. The video, loved all the elements in it. Yes, even Kylie Jenner. I didn't think that it was so bad. Like Cardi said, she models, she looks good in pictures, so that she did what she was good at. Normani danced, she did what she was good at. Yeah. But you know what would have broke the internet? If that was Nicki. If they happen to manage to resolve whatever they have going, or they didn't even have to be in the same scene. If there was still an issue, they didn't even have to be in the same scene, because they weren't. Kylie and the rest of them, they weren't in the same scene, so it would have broke the internet, y'all. But I know Nicki's budget is not easy. But she could have done them a favor. But yeah, that would have broke the internet for sure. But honestly, I love the whole video. They put time, effort, all that into it, so it was good. I'm gonna get the hang of this Mukbang thing, hopefully. So you're supposed to talk with your mouth full? Okay. I'm gonna just do it. And also, one more thing before we move on. It's not as nasty as the other songs I've listened to growing up. My Neck, My Back. I was singing Lil Wayne's music. Petey Pablo. All these rappers, we were singing some very scandalous music growing up. So this song is the least of our worries. I don't know. It's not that bad. It's the least of our worries. I didn't see anything wrong with it. It's graphic, sure, but it's not as bad. Next one. So as you see, I use a lot of ketchup. Ketchup is my best friend. Let me show you. You want a bite? I know they do this. You want a bite? So self-love, before I take this bite. Self-love is something that I've really been working on during quarantine, and it's been amazing for me. I've just had so many realizations that I just wasn't thinking about, and don't know if I would have thought about them this year if we weren't going through this pandemic. Not saying that we needed this, but you have to find the blessing in everything. So and so I started going back up to therapy, and not back up, we're on the phone, but it's not been bad, and I've really, really enjoyed it. I I didn't really like my therapist before. Not that I didn't like her, but I didn't feel like she was doing much for me because I'm a very self-aware person. I know the things that I need to do. I know when things are going wrong. I can pretty much observe other people's feelings as well. I'm very self-aware, and that's what I've had 2 therapists, and they both said the same thing to me. And so sometimes I'm like, why am I even here? Because, you know, I feel like over time I can just solve my own problems, but then therapists, like, they bring other things. They bring other things that you may not have thought of right away. And so they just help. If you're a very self-aware person like me, then they help bring those things out maybe just a little sooner than later, and it can help you out better now than later, you know? So yeah, therapy has been great. 2 things that I wanted to talk about that I've learned from therapy was I wanted to learn how to speak at, like, I wanted to grow as a speaker. So I do YouTube. I want to be in media and all that, and I don't feel like I know how to speak as well as I could. I don't, as Phaedra would say, I don't have the gift of gab, you know? And so also, I'm catching up on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Never seen it. Now watching it on season 5 now. About to go to season 6. So, yeah, I don't have the gift of gab. And that doesn't mean that that's not something that I can obtain. And that's something that I wasn't sure. I knew that eventually I could attain it, but I never made the progress to do that, you know? I never knew that was something that I could actually do, or I didn't take the steps to do it, so I didn't know when it was going to come. But I knew that I had to do it. I knew that if it was eventually going to come, then I had to get to it. So I told my therapist about it. And she was like, okay, on this call, don't say and like for 5 minutes. Talk about anything and don't say it for 5 minutes. I was like, oh, okay. This could be easy or this could be hard. So I try, and I just kept making mistakes. But then eventually throughout, like, towards maybe 3 minutes or so, I was doing better. But I was realizing and hearing it and taking that effort to kind of stop myself and find other words and maybe just pause. She said, it's not bad to pause, just pause. And so I was like, yeah. Well, it actually then really made me feel like I could do it. Like, for the first time, I actually felt like I could do it. And I was making the effort to do it. Because before, I knew that I had to do it, but I didn't know what to do. And it's not that hard. Just, you know, challenge yourself. But I didn't have someone to challenge me. And I didn't know how to challenge myself. So she gave me that insight, and it was great. And my homework then was to, you know, hold conversations and try not to say at first, and then we're gonna work more towards light. And then we're gonna work more on different things. And so she's kind of become like a life coach in a sense, but therapists kind of are. They're trying to help you navigate through life, navigate through the things that you're kind of struggling with. So yeah, they are life coaches. And the other thing that I have learned during this time was defining myself and defining my goals. I want to be in media, whether it's, you know, evolving this YouTube channel more into, you know, my own talk show, or having my own type of speaking platform, or working for a company that I can do those type of things. that is something that I want to go into, but I don't have a name for it. I haven't had a name for it. I don't know what to call it. And my therapist asked me, what do you want to do? And I was just like, I don't know. I don't know, girl. I don't know what I want to do. And so she's like, think about it. Give it a name. Because how are you supposed to strive for something if you don't know what it is you want to accomplish? And I was like, I know the gist. And she's like, no, you need a name. So I thought about it. And I came up with entertainment and lifestyle journalist. Lifestyle can also mean traveling. It can encompass so many things. Entertainment, I definitely want to stick to entertainment, celebrities, people doing great things in the world type of news. I want to stick to that. And all that can encompass being a journalist, whether that's a media journalist or writing journalist or, a radio journalist, whatever. But that is what I want to do. I want to be an entertainment and lifestyle journalist. Now I have the goal. Now I can search and do my research more on people who are in the type of field that I want to go into. Now it makes me feel a little more confident to talk about what I want to accomplish. Because when I'm talking to people and they ask me, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? I'm just like, I want to do something in media. But now I have a name for it. And that is a sense of confidence that I feel like I was lacking in myself, and why I was considering going back to school, even though I didn't want to. But I just felt like I didn't know myself enough in order to, combat you should go back to schools, people, So, yeah, that has been great. That has been the realization I've been going through. And so, the two things that I talked about, I would just give you guys the same kind of advice. During this time, try to define your goals. Define them completely, not just a gist of what you want to do. And challenge yourself, whether it has to do with your goals or something that's along with your goals. Because talking better, being able to express my better, is not my goal, really, but it's a goal that I need in order to accomplish being an entertainment and lifestyle journalist. I need to be able to tell y'all what I'm doing. I need to be able to talk to multiple people, a variety of people. So I need to work on that. And yeah, challenging myself has definitely helped. And I think that would be great. If you have the time, if you have the resources, I would challenge myself during this quarantine. And I would just define my goals a little bit better. Yeah, so over this time I've been journaling, which has also made me understand my feelings a little bit better. Exercising, which has really made me feel in tune and given me energy with myself. It's this time that, though it's been a horrific time for a lot of people, and not something I think the world wants to go through. Some people, like I said, we find the blessing in everything. And if we can find the blessing, and if we are able to work through that blessing, I think, we should definitely take advantage of that. I've just been trying to take care of myself, take care of my mind, take care of my body, take care of my skin. I've been really working on my skincare. I got Fenty Skin. I'm going to do a review on that around next month. So I'm doing a month trial and letting you know how it works for me. But as you can see, no makeup on my face. This is how Fenty's working. I would just give you guys the advice to just work on yourself, work on the things that you need to. So take care of yourself, take care of the things that you feel like you can do to help your mind, your body, your spirit grow. And it's gonna be hard because change is uncomfortable, but it doesn't have to be as complicated as you may think it is. Sometimes it's just as simple as trying to hold a conversation for 5 minutes without saying You know, I thought me trying to be a better speaker, I thought I had to do so much. And I definitely can add that to what I'm doing right now. I can read books, I can, you know, watch talks and do all that stuff. But actually challenging myself is, I feel like by just 5 minutes, it's not as hard or not as difficult as I thought it had to be to start. So, you know, and if you have the chance to go to therapy, definitely do it. And I would find a therapist that works best for you, that you feel more comfortable with. If you're someone that isn't sure you want to do therapy, like, then just make sure your preferences are being heard. You want a woman, get a woman. You want a black woman, get a black woman. Like, try and find that, because then it'll make it a little more better. But if you can't, I would say just go to the first session and see how that works for you, how you like it. Because yeah, I've been to therapy with someone before and they just did not want to do it. But then until we went to the first session together, they were like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm excited to go next week. They were actually excited, because it's not as, okay, let's dive deep right now, right? It's a gradual thing, but you feel safe, you feel comfortable, you feel like this can really help you, then, you know, why not? And why not try it? So I love therapy, so I feel like you guys could too if you haven't. Right, done eating, done mukbanging, I don't know what it is. This was hard. It's definitely easier when it's two people and one person can talk and then the other person can talk, so may have to go back to that. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Esikokui. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that jazz. Love you guys. Come back for another video.